When most people think of luxury food, they imagine Michelin-starred meals and rare delicacies. But few items command as much reverence or price as caviar, the tiny black pearls that have become a symbol of elite taste and extravagance. Caviar can sell for tens of thousands of dollars per kilogram, sought after by gourmets, royalty, and billionaires alike. So today, we're asking the question that has fascinated food lovers and luxury seekers around the world. Why is caviar so expensive? This is Elite 10, home of tomorrow's wealth creators and dream chasers. Let's take a deep dive into the world's most coveted edible luxury. Why is caviar so expensive? Caviar isn't just fish eggs. Real caviar comes specifically from the roe of sturgeon fish, ancient creatures that have existed for over 200 million years. The word caviar refers to the salted, unfertilized eggs of certain sturgeon species, including Beluga, Osetra, and Sevruga, and only these qualify as authentic caviar. Other types of fish roe, like salmon or trout, might get marketed as caviar in everyday menus, but purists and luxury markets reserve the term exclusively for sturgeon. It's these eggs, these tiny spheres packed with complex flavor, texture, and history, that have earned the title Black Gold in the culinary world. One of the biggest reasons caviar is expensive is biology itself. Sturgeon take years, sometimes up to a decade, to reach maturity and produce eggs suitable for harvesting. For example, Beluga sturgeon, the source of the priciest caviar, may take 10-15 years before they produce eggs. That long wait, paired with the fact that most eggs are only produced once in a great while, means the total supply of high-quality roe is limited by nature. That scarcity is baked into the price. Supply is tiny, while global demand remains huge. And for some rare types, like the Iranian Almaz caviar from albino beluga, prices can reach over $25,000 per kilogram, making it one of the world's most expensive foods. This makes caviar not just food, but a luxury commodity, almost like owning a vintage Rolls-Royce or fine art. For decades, wild sturgeon populations around the Caspian Sea and other regions were overfished, driving some species to the brink. Beluga sturgeon in particular became critically endangered thanks to decades of unregulated harvesting and habitat destruction. As a result, many governments, including the US, banned or heavily regulated wild sturgeon fishing and caviar importation. Regulations like these restrict supply even further, making high-quality caviar harder and more expensive to bring to market. Today, many producers rely on carefully controlled aquaculture farms. But it still takes years, specialized expertise, and significant investment before a sturgeon produces eggs that can become premium caviar. Unlike fast-growing livestock, producing caviar is a long-term commitment. From the moment a sturgeon is born, it can take 8 to 15 years of careful feeding, monitoring, and water quality control before its eggs are ready for harvest. During this time, breeders must maintain pristine conditions, stable temperature, perfect oxygen levels, and high-quality food, all essential for developing flavorful eggs. At some farms, feed alone can cost tens of thousands of dollars per year, and any disease or loss in a tank can ruin years of investment. When the fish finally reaches maturity, harvesting the eggs is a delicate process. Some traditional methods involve carefully removing the roe and gently cleaning and salting it by hand, a labor-intensive step known as molossal, meaning little salt in Russian and associated with high quality. Not all caviar is equal, and the type of sturgeon matters greatly. Beluga caviar is the most famous and often the most expensive, prized for its large, buttery pearls and complex flavor. Next come Osetra and Sevruga, slightly smaller pearls with rich, distinctive tastes that still command premium prices. Factors like texture, salt level, country of origin, and aging can all shift prices by hundreds or even thousands of dollars per tin. Imported caviar from traditional regions like Iran and Russia once dominated the market. And although modern producers now exist across Europe, China, the US, and even Madagascar, the most expensive sturgeon roe still fetches top dollar because of reputation and heritage. Part of caviar's high price is cultural. It's not just a food, it's an experience. For over a century, caviar has been associated with royalty, state dinners, and ultra-exclusive tastings. In a world where rarity equals status, a small tin at a gala says far more than the taste itself. It signals wealth, discernment, and membership in a certain echelon of society. Unlike a consumer good, caviar is priced by perception and desire as much as by production cost. People don't pay $100 per ounce simply for flavor. They pay for tradition, exclusivity, history, and bragging rights. In recent years, global production has changed the landscape. China, for instance, is now one of the fastest-growing major producers thanks to massive farming operations that have lowered wholesale prices for some grades of RO. And new farms have cropped up in unexpected places like Madagascar and Florida, bringing innovation and competition to an industry once dominated by a few caviar powerhouses. Despite this, the brand-name luxury caviars, particularly high-end Beluga variants, retain their prestige and price. Even with cheaper options available, the top-shelf tins still sell for thousands per kilogram in fine restaurants and elite tasting rooms. What truly separates caviar from most luxury foods is that there are no second chances. When a sturgeon finally reaches maturity, the timing of the harvest is critical. Harvest too early, and the eggs lack firmness and flavor. Too late, and the roe can rupture or lose its delicate structure. Experienced producers rely on ultrasound scans and years of expertise to determine the exact moment the roe reaches peak quality. This precision adds another layer of risk, because one mistake can erase over a decade of investment in seconds. Once harvested, caviar enters one of the most sensitive stages of its life cycle. The eggs must be gently separated, rinsed, and lightly salted, often within minutes, to preserve their texture and taste. This process is almost always done by hand, requiring skilled specialists who understand how different sturgeon species react to salt. Afterward, the caviar must be stored at near-freezing temperatures, monitored constantly, and shipped under strict conditions. Even slight temperature changes can ruin an entire batch, making transportation and storage a major contributor to its final price. When you see caviar priced at hundreds of dollars for a small spoonful in a fine dining restaurant, you're not just paying for the product, you're paying for risk. Caviar has a short shelf life once opened, meaning restaurants may lose money if it isn't sold quickly. Add to that import fees, storage equipment, staff training, and brand reputation, and the markup becomes understandable. For luxury establishments, caviar isn't about volume. It's about signaling exclusivity. Offering it instantly places a restaurant in the top tier of the culinary world. At its core, caviar's price is about more than taste. It represents patience in a fast world, scarcity in an age of mass production, and refinement in a culture driven by convenience. For many buyers, caviar isn't consumed casually. It's served at milestones, celebrations, and moments meant to be remembered. That emotional and symbolic value is what keeps demand high, even as prices climb. Because for the elite, caviar isn't just eaten, it's experienced. So that's the story behind the price tag. Decades of patience, delicate biology, painstaking farming, endangered species protection, and centuries of luxury tradition all wrapped up in tiny pearls of roe. Which part of the caviar journey surprised you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, Elite Fam. And if you're enjoying this deep dive, hit like and subscribe to join the Elite Fam, where future millionaires come to level up. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more explorations into the world's most exclusive and expensive wonders.